Ladies, chivalry is absolutely dead. I've got female clients coming up to me telling me that men's dating behavior has changed.
Babe, how are you not embarrassed when you ask a woman to split the bill or to go 50-50 in a relationship with you?
Who should pay on the fifth?
Men don't go after women anymore nowadays, and because we women have become so demanding.
You think the guy should always pay?
Yes.
The man pay for the first date.
I mean, it depends.
I don't care what anybody says. A guy should always be paying for dates.
For many years, women have set unrealistic and ridiculous standards for men, and most men strived and did all they could to meet these standards and have these women to themselves. But those days are now over. Men have started waking up and have realized that the women that they do so much for are just not worth it. The paying of bills and shouldering the whole responsibilities is not even the problem, but are the women requesting for these even worth it? When you do these for them, what value do they offer in return to you? I'll answer this for you: nothing. When you look at how valueless these modern women are and how little they contribute to you, then you will realize how easy it really is for men to walk away and not court them anymore. Modern women who could just post anything on social media and have a random stranger that they do not even like do it for them are no longer getting these things and are surprised. The ones who are getting older and are closer to hitting the wall are now also ready to settle down, but there's no man willing to court them, and this makes them so angry and confused.
But here's my problem, right? Women value tradition when it's in their benefit. So they value tradition when it comes to a man having to propose to them, but they won't value a traditional man when he says, hey, you gotta sit in the house and cook and clean. So like, you can't pick and choose the parts of the tradition that you're going to stick by and stand by. If you're gonna be open-minded, you have to be open-minded to all.
Please, look at me. I am a woman.
God forbid your husband would come home tomorrow and say, I want a divorce. And he serves your papers and you divorce inside of 90 days. Would you keep those 60 pounds on?
No.
Why?
Because I got to get back out there, I guess.
Oh, damn. So basically you're telling your husband is because the price for you staying in this marriage is me having this additional 60 pounds. But if you were to leave me, I'd lose it.
I am working to get it off, though. I am working to get it off.
I just gave it to you, plain and simple. I let you resolve that.
All right, ladies, let's talk about why men do not court anymore. Let's go. The reality is that modern feminism in a lot of ways had us as women take a gamble, and we lost. We took the bait that being sexually promiscuous and having no standards and no self-respect was cool and in. We decided that we would give men access to our bodies and our time and our energy without them having to put in any effort. We have allowed men to do the bare minimum for so long, and we still give them benefits that they don't deserve. And so now men are following suit, and we are confused as to why this is happening.
Shut up, baby. You love it.
She has managed to get it all wrong and twisted. According to her, men do not court or go into relationships because of how open women are now. That's not totally true, because one of the reasons why women are now open is because they do not get women like they used to. Lack of attention and loneliness made them desperate and more accepting of men. Sexual promiscuity mostly stemmed from them looking for ulterior ways of earning a living, since men are no longer ready to bankroll them and fund their expensive lifestyle. That's why most of them are now into hookups and OnlyFans. So no, men didn't stop courting because they can now get sex from women without having to date them. That has always been a possibility. The reasons why men do not court anymore are deeper than that. Life has evolved past the time where men would wife a woman just for being pretty. No, it's not like that anymore. You have to offer more than just that. The mentality that being pretty is enough to be a wife in these modern women is exactly the problem, because it isn't. This is the major factor that made relationships and dating crumble in the Western world. Many modern women do not have what it takes to be a wife. They want men to be traditional by paying their bills, protecting them, taking care of them, and assuming responsibilities for them. But they do not want to be traditional themselves by cooking for their man, taking care of his house and cleaning. They feel it's oppressive, and men can cook and clean for themselves. No problem in thinking that, but then they can also work, be independent, and fend for themselves. At this point, the double standards are actually amusing. Women have never demanded so much and given so little in human history like this present age. For a long while, this behavior was accepted, but men are starting to wake up. We are no longer prepared to put so much money and effort into relationships with these modern women in order to receive nothing in return. The majority of these women lost their footing as a direct result of men's reluctance to commit to partnerships. No male to buy them dresses, pay for their food, or foot the bill. They turn to the hookup culture as a result. These days, they don't mind sleeping with any male as long as it brings them resources or money. Their solution to being broke is not finding a real job, but selling sex. That's the first sign that these women are absolutely not wife material. Zero values, contradictory standards, and the culture of hooking up coupled with these women's lack of tangible contributions to men's lives. The modern woman has it all. For this reason, I don't believe it's surprising that men aren't willing to court women anymore. It's a time and money-taking exercise that is not worth it. You should be aware that divorce, which involves sharing your wealth or paying alimony and child support, is a possibility when you commit, have a child with them, or put a ring on their finger. The majority of these women are far more interested in your wealth and social standing than you are. I could not think of a single compelling reason why being committed to a modern lady would be beneficial. Are you feeling aroused? Do you want sex? After 5 minutes of conversation and occasionally a couple dollars, they would be prepared to offer that to you right away. Are you ready to be married and have a family? It would be better for you to obtain a passport and board a plane to a distant country with women who have not yet been contaminated by the corruption of Western civilization, if you feel comfortable enough to do so. Remaining single is the very best option to choose if you haven't gotten married yet. Do not court. Men who remain single lose nothing at all, in contrast to these women who need men to survive. In actuality, men are benefiting a lot from just avoiding relationships. It is valuable to be at peace. Nothing but peace. No regrets, no fuss, no ill will, and no manipulation. You have time to yourself. You become more proficient, and that is perfect. Men have completely removed their hands from these women's matters, and now they are crying and crawling back because independence is not what they expected it to be. And that's why they want men back. They have realized they can't do so much on their own, alone. There are foreign ladies all around the world who follow tradition, honor their husbands, and are devoted to them. Men over here have realized that and are going out in their droves to meet them. The pleas for assistance from the ladies in the West will keep falling on deaf ears because men have gone past that stage and now know what's good for them and what's not. These are the things that these modern women should be prepared to go through now, since they have to be independent now. The solution to all these is quite simple, really, but these modern women's ego is too inflated for them to do what's necessary to help themselves out. Their reputation is already ruined because of the ones among them who are gold diggers and the clout chasers looking to ruin a man's life too. But if any woman in the West is ready to change and wants a traditional man for herself, then she has to be prepared to be traditional herself. Shit has to work both ways, or it doesn't work at all. Until these women are prepared for that, this is how things will obviously continue, and they even make it easier for men with their hookup culture, because the only thing that could still attract and bring men to them is now easily gotten. So of course, men will approach them, but it will only be to pump and dump, and not to court them. The change begins with them, and do not be fooled by their cries of desperation. Unless you see a traditional woman in the West, do not indulge. You have to look out for your own best interests first, or you will suffer the consequences. Thank you. That will be all for today on Latest Juice, guys. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments. If you enjoyed watching this video, then surely you would love my other videos. Make sure to check them. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, as it gives me the perfect motivation to keep creating contents like this for you. And also click the notification bell so you can be the first to know when I drop a new video. See you again soon. Cheers.